So I met a man in 2020. He was a good man. I love that man. He was totally my type, everything that I was looking for in a partner. So when we met, things were going good. And I'd say we got to about the third date before he ghosted me for like a whole week. He then hits me up and he's like, hey, I am so sorry. I've had a lot going on. I really want you to come over to my house. I want to make this up to you. I want to go out. Just come over. So of course I go, because this is the man of my dreams. And I know he's not just going to do me wrong. Life is busy, of course. So I get to his home. This man's entire face is wrapped up. I'm talking about like from here to here. There's tape all around. I'm like, what happened to you? He's like, oh, I had surgery on my sinuses. And, he's like, I'm not feeling well. I'm like, okay, then why the hell you call me over? So anyways, I'm like, okay, like, do you need me to do anything? He's like, well, I need you to open the door. My friend is here. His friend comes in, mind you, y'all, there's nothing wrong with the friend. He's like really nice, really respectful. Like he was over there checking on him because he had just had surgery. We're all three there, chitter chattering very awkwardly because his friend's like, I don't know this girl. And I'm like, I don't know him. But anyways, he's like, hey, Stace, would you mind going in the kitchen and fixing us some burgers? And let me tell you something. Who don't cook is me. I was like, burgers. And on top of that, I'm in all white. I ain't come over here to do no damn cooking. So I'm like, no, I can't cook no burger. He was like, well, do you mind boiling me an egg? At this point, I'm like, okay, let me boil this egg so I can go. So I'm like, okay, I'll boil you an egg. So I get on Google and see how long to boil a damn egg for. So I go in the kitchen. This is the most complicated damn stove I've ever operated in my life.
So this is already interesting, right? So we got a super thick BBW here. She's getting the makeup together. She went on 3 dates. Good buddy up and ghosted her, and then decided to make up for it. And he calls you over, and from what she's saying, that he said that they were gonna go out, right? But it seems more like a inside date right here. And then the homie happens to show up at the same time to check on him. This seems a little suspect so far, right, guys? So, and the fact, and what else is suspect is that this is a super thick BBW that don't know how to cook a burger and don't know how to boil an egg. Like, what's really going on? But hey, I get it. Maybe she grew up just being spoiled. Maybe she had a maid. Maybe she always had somebody to cook for her. Maybe she just always ate fast food. Maybe that's it. But I just find that kind of weird that you're going to invite somebody over and you just had surgery. I guess, is this a test? Maybe so. Let's get back to it, though. Let's go.
And I'm like, I'm having a little trouble. So his friend comes in there and helps me turn on the stove. All while he's sitting over here wrapped up, looking at me like. So the eggs have boiled, and I give him the eggs. And his friend was like, oh, I'm getting ready to go. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to go with you, homeboy. And he's like, Stacey, would you mind staying? I'm like, okay, because again, I'm not trying to show out in front of this man company. His friend leaves. He's like, what type of woman don't know how to cook a burger? You've embarrassed me. I was like, hey, homeboy, I didn't know I was coming over here to cook a meal because I could have ordered something. Like, I'm real good at ordering. He was like, I am extremely embarrassed. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little intense. I'm about to go. I'm like, I'm leaving. I don't have time for this. I'm gone. And at this point, he stands up and he's like, no, I demand you to stay. I can tell you've never dated an alpha male. You don't know how to treat an alpha male. I was like, all right, okay, cool, bye. I'll own it. Y'all, this man's face is bleeding profusely. There is like blood just running down his face, on his shirt. And I'm like, I'm like, hey, he's like, shut up. I'm like, all right, you gonna campaign for the Lord to come get you? Who am I to deny you the election? So at this point, he faints and he falls back into like a little chair. Like, I think he was being dramatic, but whatever. So he falls back and I'm like, I'm not going to touch him because, again, I'm in white. And this was a beautiful white dress. And I'm not about to mess up no white dress for somebody who disrespected me. In high intensity situations, I find myself like I have a delay reaction to everything. So I'm just standing there waiting for him to come to. When this dude comes to, he was like, would you mind running to Chipotle for me? I'm starving. I was like, okay, I'll go to Chipotle for you. He gives me his debit card and I go to my car and I'm like, you know what? I was disrespected. So I put the debit card on top of his mailbox. I backed out of the driveway. I left, and I was back over there 2 weeks later. Yep, sure in the hell was. Found out he was polygamous, but that's how that story ends.
Now that is an interesting story, if I do say so the least. Quite a turn of events there. That he put her to the test. He basically said, I'm an alpha male that also gets my cheeks clapped, or I'm clapping another man's cheeks. That's the way it sounded like to me. I could be off, guys. You guys let me know what you think. Maybe I was off. But this does say a lot about women and their curiosity with men who get their cheeks clapped by other men, or who deal with other men, or the ones who are just that hard up for a man that they're willing to accept the man that lives that lifestyle. Now, when you say, a lot of you guys could say, well, JR, that doesn't mean that it wasn't another woman in terms of polygamous lifestyle. The way she explained it, and the way she was inferring that this guy showed up and basically it was a test to see if she was a good fit, which a lot of you ladies have been recruited by other women. But in this case, he was like, let me see. We'll have her show up, see if she's a good fit with us, and see how it goes from there. Now, a lot of you guys will probably be like, well, that doesn't mean that the two men are intimate. Hey, that could be the case, but I'm just saying, my man was basically testing you to see if you could be part of it, and you ended up being a part of it. You getting ready for screw the white dress and all that stuff like that. You didn't want to make burgers or boil an egg. He passed out and all this stuff. And I guess she made it up to him because she ended up proving herself to be a worthy candidate and ended up getting selected and becoming a part of this poly situation. Now, you have a lot of black women in particular who frown upon this poly situation and say, I would never do that. But you never know what you'll do if you become lonely and hard up when it comes to things like that. And I've covered videos like this about where the man basically was like, yo, we're gonna bring this other dude in here. If you want to be with if you want to be with me, this is just what you're going to have to accept. And I'm the man, I'm the alpha male, I'm laying down the law, things like that. And you have women who basically gotten kicked out or threatened to get kicked out because they may become used to a lifestyle, but she's entering this on the outside. She's not already in it, and she chose to be a part of it. So that's just some wild and crazy stuff like that. But as I said, guys, you never know. Women will go for these things. That's why a lot of times you guys be trying to jump through hoops to impress a woman who really doesn't like you. At the end of the day, if you just stand your ground like Good Buddy did, and he asked her, he got her to do stuff. Let's see how can she boil an egg? Can she cook some burgers? Go to Chipotle. This, that, and the third. She say that she was doing this, but she might have been, yes, sir, and all that stuff like that, man. That's on a different type of time. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. Listen, it's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.